You know what? I'm not the least bit surprised about this. The Sun are reporting Dillian Whyte's fight cancelled just days before bout as Frank Warren releases a statement. This is the second time Dillian Whyte was due to appear in a Queensberry show, and the second time he is now pulled out. Dillian Whyte has seen his next fight cancelled because he is gambling on a major bout for August, according to Frank Warren. The Brixton Brawler was due to be on the undercard of Justice Huni, Fabio Wardley, whom he also managed. However, an opponent was yet to be confirmed before Warren revealed he will no longer be appearing on the card. Speaking to Box Nation, the Queensberry founder said he's not going to be on the card now. He had an opportunity of a big fight in August. We're looking to get that over the line. That's going to take priority. Excuse me. He wants that. He wants the bigger the bigger den he would be getting if he'd have been fighting at Ipswich. It's a really big fight, yeah. Whyte 37 was provisionally adamant that his pencil date of June 7th would pave the way for the title fight, while also admitting that inactivity has killed his career. Well, I mean, here we go. He said, look, inactivity has basically killed my career in the last 3 years. Well, I wonder what some of that inactivity was down to. Mystery. I am looking at having a big fight at the end of July or August, and I just thought I needed some activity. We don't really need to get too much into that. I fought Derek Chisora as a co-main on a massive... Yeah, it's really... Let's see if I can get the Frank Warren statement, because I'm sure it's a lot more sizable than that. Let's have a look-see and see if we can get it. See if we've got anything about a Frank Warren statement from Queensberry, because that would be interesting. I'll give my 2 cents on it now, but I like to have a read and see if I can... Oh, okay, that's interesting. If you type in Frank Warren on X, it gives you an account and you click on it, it says it doesn't exist. So that's interesting. Is there any statement? Not really. It is all down to... Okay, hang on a minute. Off the record, boxing say Frank Warren has confirmed that he's report. Whyte will return in August, which is expected to be against Lawrence Okolie, it's saying here. Alrighty, this is interesting, isn't it? So, long and the short of it, Dillian Whyte is off this card. And I said in, I think it was my preview for Justice Huni, Fabio Wardley, that I kind of did expect it, because I had heard whisperings that Dillian Whyte was potentially going to be pulled from the card. To be honest with you, if you're still on TBA a week from the fight, normally, unless it's a really small hall show, because some of them, they genuinely do have TBAs up until maybe day before weigh-in, sort of way. So that's kind of okay. That's normal-ish on the really small hall shows that you don't tend to see. On a big show like this, you think they would have got someone in there. This, to me, because I'd heard rumours that if he did fight, it was going to be against a guy called Hemi Owan, I think is how you say his name. He was I think he's a New Zealander. And I'd seen him fight a few years ago on a Joseph Parker run, the card, I think when he fought junior fight. He didn't look good at all. Did not look good at all. But Dillian Whyte is a guy who struggled. I don't say struggled, but looked bad against Ebenezer Tete. Fraser Clark literally got a dint in the side of his head and came back against Ebenezer Tete and stopped him in a round. Alright, and Fraser Clark, not known as a big puncher, by the way. He's not feather-fisted, stopped Dave Allen, but stopped Dave Allen, from Dave Allen just quitting. Not a big puncher, not known as a massive puncher, had him in all sorts of trouble. Alright, Dillian Whyte, at one stage, was known as a good puncher, especially with the left hook. The power just seems gone there from Dillian Whyte. And part of me is wondering, did they have this fight already penciled in? Potentially, because Lawrence Okolie's been mentioning Dillian Whyte for a while, as has Anthony Joshua, which now makes that kind of a little bit more up in the air. But did they look at Dillian Whyte in training? Did Dillian Whyte himself in training think, oh my God, I don't trust myself in an 8-rounder against Ebenezer Tete, hypothetically speaking, it's that level of opponent. So maybe they're pulling them out because they think, really, we can't be taking any risks and even an area level fighter at this stage for Dillian Whyte, because he looked shot to bits in his last fight, is a risk. So let's just get this Lawrence Cody fight. I will do a separate video on that because I think it deserves a separate video. But let me know in the comment section, just for right now, what your thoughts are. Dillian Whyte off this Saturday. Potentially has something else lined up. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I hope you enjoyed this video, people. Smash the like button if you could. Hit subscribe, of course, if you haven't already. Peace.